Hi everyone. Most first Playwright tests you see online are written in the way that would never survive in a real project. In this video, I'll show you how to create your first professional Playwright test the way it's actually done in real-world teams. I'm not going to show you how to install Playwright. I'll show you how to avoid a crucial mistake made by beginners. So if you're still interested, let's get started. Let's take a look at this application. Our goal is simple. We want to automate the test where a user logs in and sees the dashboard. That means filling email, password, clicking sign in button, and verifying that the dashboard text is displayed. For our case, first Playwright tests look something like this. The test opens a browser with a proper application address, fills in email and password, clicks submit button, and checks if dashboard text exists on the page. It looks good. Right now we can run our test. As you can see, test pass. Now let's try to create the second test, very similar, but for a popular user. How we can do it? We can simply copy existing test, change its name. Also, we have to change pupil credentials. And rest of tests is exactly the same. So now let's try to run it to see the current result. As you can see, both two tests passed. But now ask yourself this. What happens if the application address changes, the input email changes, or pupil credentials changes, or for example, dashboard text moves to different HTML structure? In every single case, you have to update all your tests. But what when you have thousands, hundreds of tests? Do you think it's possible to maintain it going this way? The answer is no. These are not professional tests. What you see here is just a list of browser commands, nothing more. For me, professional test means the test expresses business intent. The test doesn't know how the HTML code of application looks like. The test knows how the system behaves. That's it. If you don't think this way, you will never build scalable tests. You will constantly have to take care of them. I know this very well. I review test automation frameworks and I see this mistake over and over again. People focus on browser commands instead of scalable design. But don't be worried, we will fix it. To make our tests scalable and maintainable, we must move responsibilities out of the test itself and place them where they belong. Let's break this down. First, we have to move application URL address to the Playwright configuration file using the base URL parameter. It gives us a single place to manage environment and also removes hard-coded addresses from our tests. This is very important. Next, all related login locators like email, password, submit button should be moved to dedicated login page file. This way we have one central place to manage login page structure. Yes. What else? This file contains two main methods. Open method to open application using base URL address defined in Playwright configuration file. But also we have a login method to perform a login action using provided credentials, email and password. Next, user credentials like email and password should be moved to separate users files like this. It gave us a single source of truth for test users. In this file, we defined user type with email and password, and also initialize credentials for admin user and pupil user, of course based on our new user type. Finally, all related dashboard locators here should be moved to a dashboard page file, and again it gave us a central place to manage dashboard UI. What we have here, we have one expect to be visible method to verify if dashboard text is displayed, nothing more. Once the responsibilities are moved out of the test, we can finally create our first professional Playwright test. The test needs to import the required page objects like login page and dashboard page, also test data, and then create the necessary class instances here and here. Now look at how readable the test is. Open login page, login as admin user, and verify that the dashboard page is visible. The test expresses business intent. The test doesn't know how the HTML code of application looks. The test knows how the system behaves. Even non-technical person can understand what the test is doing. This is how the test should look like. Simple, readable, and focus on user behavior. In this video, I showed you how to create your first professional Playwright test. The most important principle to remember is don't repeat yourself. Thanks for watching and see you next time.